Good afternoon, Sault Ste. Marie. I'm delighted to share with you that we have an update from Michaela Lavis, who is currently in Ramallah, Palestine. Michaela was recently detained by the Israeli forces in Ramallah, in Gaza, and she is here today to share with us via Skype, live from Ramallah, Palestine, an update on the situation that has been unfolding in Gaza since her arrest. Michaela, welcome to On TV and Superior Media, and thank you so much for taking some time with us today to give us an update on your safety and your well-being.
Thank you.
So Michaela, can you share with us, you traveled to Palestine in May of 2018, and since that time there has been a series of events that have happened. Can you share with us an update? How have things been for you since your release from Israeli detention?
Like, I was arrested almost over a week ago, which is wow. And since then, I've just been watching things unfold in Gaza, seeing
Right.
the big crisis that's happening. Like even in Ramallah today, we could hear warplanes going over to shoot into Gaza. So it's a big crisis. The international community really needs to come together, especially because Canada has signed on as a high signatory under the Fourth Geneva Convention, and that means that we need to be condemning for legal occupation and, more specifically, using the occupation to colonize the land, right?
Right.
So yeah, watching things unfold, but really good news hearing from Han Al Akmar where I was detained. The high courts have went through, and the Israelis can't demolish the land until August 15th now.
Okay.
So that's really good, especially because this would be the first time since 1976 that they would be forcibly transferring Palestinian people to a new area. Like, it's forcible transfer. That's illegal.
Right, and you're talking specifically about the Bedouin, the Bedouin community that was under siege a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, that's where I got arrested.
Right, right. Now, did Global Affairs Canada, have they reached out to you? Is that a part of the process?
Sorry, say again?
Has Global Affairs Canada reached out to you?
No, they have not.
Okay. Has anyone from the Canadian government reached out in any capacity to you?
Mr. Proudfoot, it was funny because I met with him a couple days ago,
Okay.
not days ago, a couple of days before I was detained, and we were talking about what Canada can do to really, end occupation and end the colonization that's happening. And he even said to me, Michaela, he said, we can't take this to the international courts. We really don't want to scare the Israeli government because then they're going to retaliate. And so, seeing how the Trudeau government, it's basically just a replica of yeah,
So is
the
Mr.
previous governments that we've had. So hopefully things are starting to shift in Canada and we get some actual leaders elected that, condemn Israel and follow international law.
Now,
'Cause
Michaela,
that's a big part.
is Mr. Proudfoot, is he the Canadian diplomat in
Say
Israel?
again?
Is Mr. Proudfoot the Canadian diplomat in Israel?
In Ramallah, actually.
Oh, in Ramallah. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure what Mr. Proudfoot's
Role was, yeah.
role. Yeah, thank you. So, can you talk to me about what you're seeing on the ground? Like, what are some of the sights that you're seeing as you walk out in the communities?
Well, it's very different. I'm in Ramallah right now, and it's a very modern place, very fun. Lots of people are just like living their lives.
Okay.
But you go into like 2 days ago, I was in South Hebron Hills, and the youth of Samud, which is a group of youth that have come together, and they're trying to hold on to this piece of land that the Israelis are trying to take. And what they've actually done is they've used like these like small amount of to actually chip away the caves and to build like these spaces to exist.
Really?
And so it's different in so many different areas. Like you go into Ramallah and you wouldn't even think that like you're under occupation, except for the warplanes hearing them go into Gaza today, and a lot even in Bethlehem. Like the first few days I was in Bethlehem, I hear them. But yeah, every community is so different. A lot of people say Palestine's not a safe place, but it's very safe unless you are, an activist, basically.
Okay. Now, Michaela, I was reading recently about a flotilla, a freedom flotilla that was trying to bring in medical aid to the Palestinian people. Are you familiar with that?
Of course. Yeah,
Okay.
my friend is on that, Dimitri Lascaris.
Okay.
Yeah. He actually had appendicitis, and they had to drop him off to like a hospital because he got appendicitis when he was on the flotilla.
Okay, so have they made it then?
I actually just talked to him today. He's doing better. It's not easy.
And that's a coalition.
The conditions on the flotilla are really difficult, but it's incredible resistance. It's really incredible.
And okay, so I'm just getting word that we're getting close to our time together for this segment. I want to say thank you to you so very much for taking some time with us today. Is there anything that you would like to compel the Canadian people or the Canadian government to do as a matter of course with urgency?
Well, I really call the Canadian government to stop all military embargo that's going into Gaza right now, and to sanction Israel through the Geneva Convention, which they have signed on to, and to condemn Israel.
Yeah.
And to end the occupation. Just end the occupation.
Right, and then the BDS program that you've talked about, the boycott, diversity, and sanctions, that is something that Canadians as individuals can do to support the cause as well.
Contact your MPs.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Talk about all of the foreigners and Palestinians that are being detained and arrested. Talk about all the children that are being held in detention for months on end for holding a picture of an activist.
Right, yeah.
Talk about these stories and start dialogue.
Okay. Well, thank you, Michaela. We will be back in touch with you and certainly appreciate this very much. Please stay safe, and we, as a community in Sault Ste. Marie, are of course familiar with your mother, Reverend Karen Rodman, who was at one time the minister for St. Andrew's United Church here in Sault Ste. Marie. So we wish you safety and blessings sent your way.